Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Studio Rats Live number 124. My name is James Ivy.
It's a Paul Drew.
And you can't spin round on the sofa.
I can't spin around on the sofa. So everyone's gone away and left me on my own with this thing down there. There he is.
Oh, look at him.
So I'm in the house looking after the pooch.
Oh, bless him.
Yes, he's been a bit of a troublemaker. Yeah, he's been a bit of a troublemaker. As in, that's what he is. So I thought if I stay down here, at least I'm not going to have to deal with.
That was actually quite a good impression.
Yeah. So yes, I decided to come down the house and look after the pooch. And do the show from the house. So I can't spin around the sofa. You all right? I'm good.
I'm very good. I'm a bit tired. I've had quite a strenuous day. I'll be totally honest.
Have you?
Yes. Do you want to see the fruits of my labours?
Come on in.
Right. Today I made this. Hang on, come on, catch up.
Oh, look at that! I'm loving the plastic bags hanging down from the ceiling. It's a nice aesthetic.
The bin bags, yeah. They contain all the cables that are going in the trussing, obviously. And when I was spraying the room, not just rollering it, spraying it, they would have got covered in everything. I mean, everything in the room got covered in paint, including me. But 30 litres of white paint later, it's done.
Nice.
So
very nice.
It's all going in the right direction.
Nice. Very nice.
What else have you been up to? What have you been up to?
Well, do you know what? So we did the show last Wednesday, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Show last Wednesday, and then Thursday. Was it Thursday?
Thursday we went to Bonner's.
Went down the seaside. We went down the seaside to go and see Bonner's music. That was great, actually.
Really good day.
Yeah, because I thought Bonner's was still in the middle of Eastbourne, and it's not. It's like in the industrial estate, and so it's turned into a bigger sort of industrial unit type shop. But it looks great in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and good guys, and yeah, it was good, wasn't it? We did some interesting videos, or I think they were interesting.
Yeah, the first one will be coming out tomorrow, I think.
Yes.
Then there's a couple of others, some longer ones, and I can reveal. Oh, I won't reveal it actually, because then it spoils the video, doesn't it?
Please don't reveal. What? Oh, I see. What one? The first video we did.
No, the third video we did.
Oh no, you should. No, you can get that out. That's all right.
All right. Well, let's go hard or go home. We walked in the shop, didn't we? And within about 6 seconds, we both clapped eyes on this guitar and went, "That's very nice." Then we went, "That's really quite cheap for that guitar," because it was a second-hand one. And do hold.
Don't get it. It's a really pretty guitar. Oh, no one wants to see it. James Ivy's ass. There it is. Look at that. It's nice, that, isn't it?
Bit of rose gold action going on.
I think that looks way more expensive than. Please don't play any jazz chords. Well, that's sort of that's a chord that I understand. Yeah, I understand that one. Don't like it, but I understand it. No, I don't understand that. Oh God. Jesus. Oh God, no, that's not doing anything for me.
I think this looks way more than.
Yeah.
I mean, for a second-hand guitar, there's not a ding on it. Nothing.
It's nice, isn't it? So we sort of did a video on it, didn't we? While we were there.
It features in a video. It's an AF. I mean, let's face it. lends itself nicely to Ibanez's completely incomprehensible naming conventions to their guitars. It's an AF75G rose gold.
RG. It's got an RG
Yeah.
at the end of it. Yeah, nice one.
Beautiful thing, and not that much dough. Hence, I thought I'd treat.
Yeah, I think that was. I think you did a. I think you built a good. You bought a good guitar there. Very nice.
I didn't have as well. So a wide body.
Yeah, nice. Very nice. So yes, we did. We went down to Bonner's. We did some videos. I tried out something that I'd never tried before, which very pleased about, and I've been obsessing over for the last 6 days.
Have you been trying to find one?
I mean, yes, I found one. I found one that's not working properly that I can get repaired.
Right.
So, okay, should we talk about that? Or no, we can talk about this.
Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So yeah, you tried out a real Klon for the first time.
A Klon Centaur.
A Klon Centaur for the first time, and I don't know if it's because of the price of it, and knowing that I can't have one, that I absolutely loved it, and it's way better to me. That's the thing. I didn't have my Klon, my Ryra clone, which is supposed to be the same sort of thing, next to it, but to me it sounded like amazing.
It did sound really good, and obviously when we do these sort of flyaway jobs, it's rock up with it's proper guerrilla recording, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turns out, and actually in the recordings, I've listened to it and gone, God, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's a really nice thing.
So that video will be coming out tomorrow, and in about 3 weeks, Paul will be trying to desperately find a real one.
Yeah, I'm a bit obsessed. I am a bit obsessed, to be honest, because it was to me there was something really special about it, and I don't know if it's just because of the sort of the mythical status of it, and it's anyway, you know what I'm saying. But it was I absolutely loved it, but I haven't got $5,000 to spend on one.
It's a lot of money for a pedal.
James, do you want to delete?
Just did.
Well done, mate. Good work. Okay. Right. Well, shall we? What have you been up to?
Well, say studio stuff and work and trying to work things out in the studio that should have been worked out before, and just videos, mainly trying to get to the end of the month and get everyone happy and stuff, and then I can start all over again next week. And of course, it's half term, which is there's people everywhere and kids and stuff. And one slightly exciting thing.
Ooh.
Little bit exciting.
Is this about how many screws you put in your ceiling or anything? Because that's not exciting.
No.
Okay.
Trying to work out how to keep the lights on in the studio, quite literally.
Right.
So I have ordered a solar panel system for the house.
Oh, nice.
And 2 10-kilowatt batteries. So anything we don't use fills up the batteries, and then those 2 batteries should drive the studio if the sun does not shine for about 4 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's great.
So, and if the sun shines, obviously it keeps topping them up, and I get free electricity.
Is it really that efficient?
Yes.
And okay, come on. How much does something like this cost?
A lot.
Yeah, you see, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking is this going to take like 10 years to pay off?
Oh, if you were a normal user of electricity, yes. But I'm not a normal user of electricity. I work from home and I have this lot fired up, and so I think you're looking at 6 years to pay it off.
Damn.
When you think at the moment, my dual fuel bill is £480 a month.
Yeah.
And the whole rig is costing $16,000. But think about it, that's $6,000 a year or thereabouts on electricity.
All right. Yeah. Yes, but you're still but it's not going to run anyway.
No,
We'll talk
but
about
but you can see it as a 5-year plan. It makes total sense.
Okay,
I
cool.
I think.
Okay, nice one.
What we should do is this.
Ned Amido. Cheers, mate. That's very nice of you. Good evening, he said. I missed the last 2 weeks' streams. I can honestly say that I really missed the stream. Good to be back and listening to you, gents. Well, cheers, mate. That's very nice of you.
You say the nicest things. We should get back to the top of the list and start and
Let's do it.
Greetings and solutions and all that sort of stuff.
It's a bit weird talking here because it's a bit reverberant and it's empty and it just feels a bit weird. I feel like I'm trying to sort of keep my voice down. Shep says, evening all, evening Shep.
Evening, Shep.
Farid, evening chaps, evening Farid. That's nice. Hold on, go back to Farid's guitar. I don't think we've ever looked at that. Have we ever looked at that?
I think so.
That's
It's
a
very
nice
nice.
burst on that. That's nice. I like that. Chris Williams in the house. Evening all, evening Chris. Plexico, hi Plexico. Mr. Shahabar, what a fancy flat! It's a house, but yes, it's a house.
I can see why he says flat though, because obviously it's very, very dark outside your windows because you live.
Yeah, it's dark. I mean, it's pitch black outside. Yeah, it's absolutely pitch black. Jonathan McCulloch, evening to everyone. Evening, Jonathan. Guy B, evening, lads. Evening, Guy B. Hold on, go back. Is that a vibe? What is that?
It's a dog.
Supersonic. No, it's the cat, mate. That's the cat. I'm more talking about the amp.
Okay.
Supersonic. Nice. Plexico says from LA, midday here. Oh, nice. A bit sunny there, but it's lovely and sunny. Pet says, evening from a wet and dark South Wales. Evening, Pet. Jeff Cook, morning from sunny Soon, Brisbane. Yeah, nice.
Very nice.
Hollywood actress, evening all, half-term week. Yeah.
It certainly is.
Dermot Gleeson says, hello from Ireland. Hi, Dermot. Daniel Early says, good evening, rats. Evening, Daniel. Brent Chadwick says, evening, rats and chats. David Ashcroft, evening all, evening, David. Maximum Guitarage. What's he got there? Is that, I reckon.
Ooh.
I reckon. You see, I know what that is.
It looks
That's
like a yes, isn't it?
Pete Thorne. It's a Pete Thorne, that is. Maximum Guitarist says, hey, rats and all. James, lovely home studio, my friend. Nice hollow Ibanez you got there. Paul, I'll be looking to see if you still kept the Sir Pete Thorne signature. Oh, yes, mate. I sure have.
I think that's going to be your normal gig guitar, isn't it?
That is. It's so versatile. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's such a good guitar. I prefer it because I had the black one before.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice, but there was something about it that I didn't get on with. I can't remember what it was. I just think this one sounds better.
The neck was too shiny for you, that black one.
It didn't have a shiny neck.
I thought it did.
Black. No.
Well,
No. It's good though. Really good. Such good guitars. Hollywood actress Paul, are you able to try the Klon against Zarira? Possibly, yeah. We could go. I could go down again and ask Simon, who owns it, if I could do that. I think that's a worthwhile trip, actually.
Get a few of them. Get a few Klon clones.
Yeah, because I was so blown away with it that it sort of got me thinking that every other drive pedal is sort of second best now.
Oh God! I knew it'd happen.
I know, but it's ridiculous. I'm not going to go and spend $5,000 on a pedal. It's ridiculous. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Especially because we opened it up to see what was in it.
Yeah.
About 20 quid's worth of parts.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. Ken Slocum says, "Good afternoon from Spokane. Spoken. Okay, Washington. Could you give me your take on impulse responses, IRs? There's such a huge, I guess, collection of IRs. It can be somewhat overwhelming.
It totally can.
Oh, Ken, it's a nightmare. Even if you go and buy like a bunch of IRs, like for instance, I've got quite a selection. Like, let's say you go to Celestion, you go and buy some IRs of their cabinets and their speakers. You get like, just say you want the greenback. You want a greenback speaker. They'll do like a greenback at 1 inch from the speaker, 2 inches, 3 inches, and all these are different impulses. And then it's a greenback like distance away from the cone, and you end up getting like 100 IR responses, and they do sound different. But by the time, I think I've said this on the show before, by the time you've heard 5, you are just so disorientated about what sounds better, what doesn't, that it's honestly just think of a combination that you like. Like me personally, I like a 421 microphone on a cabinet, and something like a 121, something like that. Grab that and just use that IR, and don't end up just going through all the different combinations. You should see the ones on my Axe-Fx. I've got hundreds of IRs.
It's funny you said that. I would normally say, like you, I'd go, right, what would I normally gravitate towards? It'd be a vintage 30 with a 57 and a 121, and that would probably be a great place to start, and that will probably get you through every job you're ever gonna want.
Yeah.
You might then you might put a JBL something on there at some point for a sort of tighter sound, but that vintage 30 or greenback or whatever is going to get you through 99% of what you want.
Yeah.
The truth is that just because when you or I are putting a microphone in front of a speaker, we're going to go there, and then if we try that and then we don't like it instantly, that there's no point in having that setting because we don't like that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even that. I think sometimes you stick. It's like with an IR or with the microphone. If you stick a microphone in, if you just live with it for a couple of seconds, you actually go, I like that.
Yeah.
And it's just knowing. To be honest, it's just stick a microphone. If you're doing that, stick a microphone in front of the speaker.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't sound horrible, just go with that. Same with IRs as well. Pick an IR that a combination that you think you'd like. If you don't know what speakers sound like, if you don't know all the different speakers, then stick to things that if you like rock music, stick vintage 30s, greenbacks. If you like Brian May, think of more sort of Alnico sort of speakers, those sort of brighter speakers.
Mm-hmm.
And then just stick with it and go with it. And I know, Ken, it's overwhelming.
There are nearly as many IRs as there are YouTube channels.
It's so true. Do you know what I do? I've got on the Axe-Fx, I've got a set of IRs that I use, and I use it for everything, and I don't even bother looking for other IRs because that's what I use, and I haven't got time to go through it.
Yeah.
Nedamido says, "What is guerrilla recording?"
You're spelling gorilla the wrong way, Nedamido. Guerrilla recording, as in, yeah. The other phrase is running and gunning, where you turn up, you put a microphone in front of people, and you just shoot. When we're out and about, we haven't got time to faff around with, let's check the mic placement. No, put it there. It's going to sound fine. Go.
Yeah. Look at I've got to show you this. Look at the state of that.
Greatness has come amongst us. Please welcome Mr. Lee Abraham.
Mr. Abraham, how you doing, mate?
Hello, I'm doing well. Just fancied a bit of a chat actually, and what I was going to talk about was exactly what you've just been talking about.
Ooh.
In a way, and I was going to give you my sort of take on it because I had a bit of an epiphany moment at the weekend. So did a couple of gigs at the weekend and played on Friday night at a party. And as we were playing, we were getting a terrible wine You know, it wasn't someone complaining about the band, but we were getting a terrible whining noise.
What's an Essex girl's favourite wine?
Sorry?
What's an Essex girl's favourite wine?
A free one? I don't know.
I want to go to Lakeside.
Oh, right. Okay.
Classic. It's a classic.
And yeah, so we're having this funny whining noise coming through the PA, and of course everybody claims it's not their gear. You know, it's not me. It's not my gear. It's not my gear. And guess what? It was me.
Ah, mate.
So I felt
Cool. It's always the guitar player.
Yeah. So I felt really embarrassed about that. And so then, of course, that sets my mind in a panic about what it could be. And we had a break, and I had a bit of a fumble around trying to isolate where this noise was coming from. And I narrowed it down to, because I've been using the Studio Rats donated GT1.
Yeah.
But I've also been using a IR pedal on the end. Mm-hmm. So I've been cancelling the speaker in the GT1 and running it into an IR. And then from there it goes to the PA and everywhere. And I narrowed it down to the fact that I was running the pedal and the GT1 off the same power supply, and there was obviously some kind of conflict there. And it's the IR pedal, because it's a cheap Chinese thing. So standard issue with Abraham. I'm afraid it was a cheap Chinese thing. And so that's what it was. And all through the second set, I was playing, thinking, oh God, what am I going to do? Am I going to have to throw some more money at this to think about a new way of doing it? I could get a different unit. I could maybe go for that Valeton GP 200 Lite that's just come out, which I noticed Andertons have got in stock. Or maybe I should go for the Boss GX 100. Oh, but they're 500 quid. Oh, what am I going to do? And do you know what? I was playing all through the second set, worrying about this and thinking about it and thinking, I should be enjoying this gig and not actually worrying about, because everybody's dancing, everybody's having a good time, and I'm the only one here agonising over what my guitar sounds like.
Yeah.
And
you could have been playing through a Spark and they would have still been enjoying it.
Exactly. I could have been playing through a Zoom G4 or something, So so anyway, so I got home and we had another gig on the Saturday, and I thought, do you know what? I am just going to revisit the sounds in the GT1, turn the internal speakers on, and I'm just going to use that. I'm just going to use the GT1. So I got all the presets reset with the internal speakers turned on. Went and did the gig on the Saturday, and you know what? Two things. Number one, it sounded absolutely bloody fine. And number two, I had a bloody good time because I wasn't worried. Once I'd struck the first chord in the first song and thought, yeah, that sounds cool, I can live with that, and it sounds really good, I just enjoyed the gig. And I thought, do you know what? I'm not going to agonise over this anymore. I tried to make a promise with myself. I wasn't going to agonise over this anymore. I'm not going to constantly think about what piece of gear I can buy next. I'm just going to go, at the end of the day, that Boss unit has been programmed by experts, you'd like to think. So they know what they're talking about and they know what they're doing. So, and it's the same with the IR conversation you've just had. Don't worry about it. Just pick one that sounds good and just go with it.
I only have one question though, Lee.
Go on.
Who are you and what have you done with Lee Abraham?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And funny, it's funny though. I would say yes, you're right, and it is. I always agonise over sounds at gigs. No one else gives the monkeys, apart from me. But I know that I'm going to enjoy the gig a lot more if my sound is banging. If it's not, if it's not what I would expect, I'm.
But that point that you just said a minute ago, where you said, just set it all up and then play for a minute. And then you think after a minute's playing, you think, yeah, this sounds fine. You just let your ears get used to it, don't you? You just go, that sounds fine.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because having not gigged for a while, and by a while I mean years, it's been really nice to come back to it from two regards. One, I forgot how much I enjoy playing live.
Yeah.
And when I'm playing with good people, like the gig Paul and I did the other day, I did one a couple of weeks ago, which a great night. It was like, it was like the old team back together. I forgot how much I enjoyed playing live and how much I enjoyed being part of it.
Yeah.
The other thing is, because I wasn't in a place where it was so every night was the same gear, same this, same that, same everything. There were things that were different. There were things that I was like, oh, I'll change that next time. I won't do that next time. If I brought this, that could sort that problem. Then I got back to thinking, no, you stopped doing all that shit and you were happier because of it. I turned up with my Mackie. That was it. Plugged my headphones into the Mackie. I've got one of these DL32R, so rack mounted iPad control thing. So I was able to run all the band from it. Everyone was like, I had 2 iPads, one for lyrics, one for control. Awesome. No laptops, no tracks, none of that junk. Oh, It was so nice.
Yeah.
This is me who would throw more technology at a pub gig than should ever be thrown. But it was so nice to go, right, this works. Let's go with it.
Yeah.
And the thing is that so many atmospherics in the room are going to change your sound anyway. Just getting back to the guitar sound point. I remember one of the first times I bought a Valve amp many years ago. I was in a band with a guy who was a lot older than me. He was a bit of an elder statesman, musician sort of thing. And I kept saying to him, we'd play a gig in one night where it would sound amazing, and then the next night we'd play a gig in another pub, and my amp would sound like crap. And he would just go, room atmospherics, don't worry about it. Because I'd say, I haven't changed any of my settings. It's still exactly the same. Why does it sound so shit tonight? And he would just go, atmospherics in the room, acoustics in the room, don't worry about it.
I'm playing an instrument that is, where you have no control over it. Drums, if the room sounds great, the drums are going to sound good. If the room sounds bad, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, it's true. That's basically why I go in ears, which we're going to be talking about in a minute.
Yeah,
that's basically why I go in ears, because it's the sound is constant. It's just that's what it is.
Yeah, it's consistent every time, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's great.
Yeah. But even for bass, for its bass kick drum, for example, if it's not coming through the PA loudly, you're not going to get that air movement thing. Okay, you could put a thumper and all that sort of stuff in, but that's more gear, more cables, more faff. Whereas when you've got a good noise out front, you actually don't need that much in your ears because you're getting air movement back.
Yeah, definitely. When I play big festival stages, you can kind of feel the kick drum and the bass guitar almost through your feet, don't you? You feel the bass going.
Although I have now bought a thumper for the studio because I'm thinking to not have to have everything so loud in the cans and stuff. It might be quite fun. And I picked.
Do they actually work? Do they work?
Really, really good. Yeah.
Is it?
It's and you don't have to have it that powerful before you start taking the kick drum down in your ears as well.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I've got a few things that I've been working on for the studio that are going to make it a little bit different. Obviously it's going to be drum focused. It's going to be drum centric. I'm a drummer, so what? But I'm looking forward to getting. I just want to get in there now. I just so want to get in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've built a few studios in my time as well. I know how you feel.
I've got a problem.
Oh, hello.
This is unbelievable. So we're supposed to do the competition winner announcement tonight,
right?
And the Studio Rats website has crashed.
Oh,
so I cannot get the details of choosing of doing the random. Oh gosh,
you'll have to do it next week.
Yeah, the website. I don't know if the website's crashed because of all the traffic that's gone to it.
I doubt that.
No. I had a message from from Dan who does the website, and he said you're reaching your limit.
Oh.
And now I can't get onto the website. Okay, I'll try it again later on.
Yeah, no, I can't get it either.
You can't get it either. Okay, so there is a problem. There is a website problem. Okay.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
I think loads of people. How many people have we got watching the show, James?
58.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, thanks, Lee. If I can't get on later, I'll do the announcement. I'll send the person an email tomorrow once I've got on it, and we'll talk about it in next week's show. But sorry, guys, if this is classic. If something's going to go wrong, it will go wrong.
Of course it will.
Damn.
Anyway, I'll leave you guys to it.
All right, buddy.
Cheers, Lee. Take care, mate.
Catch up, mate. See you soon.
Come on.
Oh, let's plow on.
Yeah, okay. He's an Englishman, New York. He's an alien. He's a legal alien.
Ooh.
It's Aaron Short. David Brose, guitar players get angry when you touch their guitars, but if you tap a drummer's kit, they come unglued. It's true, actually. Drummers don't like people touching their kit. Do you know what the classic thing is? It's the classic sort of pissed up person at a gig. What's the first thing they go for, James?
Drums.
Absolutely.
So many times have I had
always drunk girls.
No, I was doing one gig, and a guy just when we were at the bar, and the guy just got up on stage and I ran over and went, "What are you doing?" And he went, "I want to play." I was like, "No, mate." Oh.
You don't come and.
I had one guy tapping around at a wedding, and the disco music was on, so I just turned it off. And he went, "What'd you do that for?" I said, "What you sat at my drums for?" He went, "Oh, I wanted to play." I said, "Well," he said, "You've spoilt my day." I said, "Well, you've spoilt mine now. Piss off."
Yeah, you don't go around. I
wouldn't go to someone's office and sit on their chair.
Can I talk? It's right off on that. You don't go after. You don't go and sort of. Pick up the bins, do you? The dustman bins. Let the dustmen do their job. I don't know where that's come from. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
I don't know. I know what you mean, though. It was like, "Can you play some more?" Well, no, we're not playing anymore. Oh, why not? So, because when it gets to 5 o'clock, you leave your office and you go home. This is my office tonight, and it's got to midnight, and we're going home.
Yeah, honestly, it baffles me. Anyway.
Anywho.
Aaron says, what do you think of the iLoud speakers with the built-in calibration software? Gimmick or game changer? I am tempted. I think both of us can honestly say we think the iLoud speakers are brilliant.
Really, really good. I haven't seen the new versions with the calibration, but if it's the calibration software now has got really good.
I'm almost tempted. Do you know anyone at iPlay?
I do.
I almost think that it's worth. I'm almost tempted to. I don't want to get rid of my keys, but there's a lot of money in keys, in speakers in my studio that at the moment I'm not utilizing enough because I'm doing more YouTube stuff than I'm still doing mixing and stuff. But it's
but those keys you will never get another set of those.
I know.
No. I would stop you from doing that. You don't need a Klon Centaur that badly.
You see my reasoning. Yes, I think you're right. I do think actually it would be. But I'd really like to compare. I'd really like to compare the new iLouds, especially the big ones. Stick them next to the keys and compare them.
There's some more speakers coming soon that I want you to check out as well.
Okay. Oh, look at this. Have they got DSP?
Yes.
I'm interested. Richard Paul, hello chaps. Hello Richard. Shame you weren't there last Thursday, mate.
Yeah, I missed you, man.
Gary says, "Good day to my two fav guys of the week. Hope you're both well, and to you, Gary. Thanks, mate."
All good here. Thanks, mate.
Lightwing Studios says, "There be rats in the studios."
All right.
Guy B says, "That's the cat on my toe mask. It's a toe master, the blonde one." Bloody cat, mate! It looks like it's spraying. It's spraying all over it.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, do you know what? I'd like to try a toe master. Did you? You probably don't watch the same sort of YouTube videos that I watch. Did you watch the Rhett Scholl video where he's trying out a bunch of Les Pauls?
Yes.
He was plugged into a deluxe, into a Les Paul. Now, I've always struggled with Les Pauls a little bit, with the tone of Les Pauls. I think they're great for one thing. Basically, exactly, and they sound awesome for that. But everything else to me is like, what else do you use a Les Paul? But you know, it's rock or nothing for me.
A Les Paul into a Marshall into a 4x12 is just rock and roll.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. But then, so they were trying it out with a deluxe, and it sounded great.
But how many times have we all said tone is in? And he can
yes, yeah, no, yeah. But barring that, it's tones in the fingers, but it's not just that.
I know what you mean, but you know, I think I make a pretty good noise with a guitar. I'm no Paul Drew, but I think I can play guitar a bit enough.
Yeah.
But I picked up other people's gear who I thought were great players, and I've heard their tone and gone, yeah, do you know what? No. I've picked up and gone, and they went, how the hell did you make it sound like that? I said, well, because it's me and we are different.
Yeah.
So there is a certain amount of it's the player.
No. I mean, this is sort of barring that, because it's not that. There's some guitar tones that I don't like that you know, some of the tones that he gets. It's not that I can sort of hear past the tone. He's a great player and all that. He's great, but it was the sound of a Les Paul into a deluxe that sound. I thought that's a good sound. It's a pairing that I've never thought of.
I do need something Fendery.
Get a deluxe.
Wait till I got the bit. I moved into the building first, eh?
Yeah.
And paid it off.
Francesco Bellia says, "Evening from Italy, guys. Evening, Francesco." Is that a proper pre-CBS, or is that a custom shop?
It's got the lovely chunky headstock. I love that.
I can't work. I don't think that is a chunky headstock.
Is it not?
It's not a 70s. That's not a 70s, late 60s, 70s headstock, is it?
It looks like it, but I could be wrong.
Francesco, tell us what that is. I like the look of that. William says, "Good evening, Paul. What action do you prefer? How do you set up your action, your guitars?" William, it's a really good question. Do you know what? I don't know the technical dimension measurements of the action that I normally go for. I normally get a guitar and I set it up how I like it, but I couldn't say, oh, I like 2 millimeters from this and 3. No, it's for me. It's like I wouldn't even know. I just tweak until it's right. But I would say a fairly low action. I would say, but not too low.
We've got a very interesting video coming from our day out at Bonners, which will, I think, will enlighten a lot of people to getting the Allen keys out and the micro screwdrivers and things like that.
Yeah. That was enlightening. Enlightening. Yeah.
Yeah. All good.
Website's still down.
Oh well.
Damn. Oh, sorry. Lightwing says, "Evening rats from Tittersville." Can we go with that? Tittersville?
Yeah.
I reckon it's Titusville.
I think it is. Yeah.
But I like Tittersville. Tittersville, Florida, home of the Kennedy Space Center. Oh, nice, mate. Really nice. But that's interesting.
Houston, we have a problem.
Ned says, guerrilla recording sounds like fun. I bet you can really capture special moments. Do you know, it's one of those things sometimes you just, you bung up a mic because we don't actually know what we're recording, what we're listening to when we do these recordings away from the studios. So it is a little bit hope and see. But yeah, I haven't heard the video yet of the clon.
It sounds good.
I'm hoping it's
yeah.
Davey. Oh, Davey's in there. Davey, you're not gigging tonight? He says, greeting chaps from sunny Cyprus. Greetings, Davey.
Nice.
Oh, Davey, I tell you what, there was a video, Davey, on playing. You would have loved it, James.
Mm-hmm.
Playing Still Got the Blues.
Oh,
that boy can sing and that boy can play.
Awesome.
Great. What a great voice as well, Davey. I was very impressed. Mr. Moxie. Thank you, sir. He says, probably asked this before, but what's your thoughts on a low oval neck acoustic for someone like myself with small hands? A low oval neck. You've never asked that, Pet, because I've never heard the term low oval neck. So I'm gonna not comment on that because
I don't know what that means.
A low oval neck. I would say, and as with everything, try as many things as you possibly can, and find something you like. I don't know if there's many sort of decent music shops in Wales. Just outside of Wales, there's some great music shops.
Which is ironic, because when you think that most people in Wales either sing really well or play an instrument.
Do they? I mean, I know that's singing, but
it's quite music's quite respected in Welsh schools as opposed to everywhere else these days.
Yeah. Sorry, Pet. I will look it up.
Mm-hmm.
I will look it up and see if I can help. Tim, that's a nice guitar as well. Look at that. Is that a Slash model? Tim says, if you like your tone, you play better. Couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. Rock on Gibbo says, even chaps, wondering if I could get some advice. I already have a Line 6 HX effects unit. I want some option to give the front of house an amp sim feed. So, excuse me. So HX effects plus IR200, or sell up and get a GX100. Okay, HX effects and IR200. I would recommend the GX100.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. It's really, really good. So that's what I would recommend. I would recommend sell up and get a GX100.
Yeah, I'd go with
that. David Bro says, had surgery to repair my collarbone and wrist, but they gave me a lot of pain meds. I've spent $400 since midnight on Reverb. Help. Hold on. I had surgery to repair my collarbone and wrist, but they gave me a lot of pain meds. Is he just sort of spending dosh on the meds?
I think so. No, I think he's looked on Reverb and gone, I can have that, I can have that, I can have that, I can have that.
Mate, do it. If it's making you feel better, do it.
At this point.
You can afford it. Oh, Gary. Thank you, Gary. That's very nice of you. He says, hey guys, I have a February 1993 USA Vintage Strat reissue, 96s, I believe. Not happy with the pickups. Thoughts on more traditional, crisp sounding pickups that would help bring some life to the guitar. I'd have to see what the pickups were in that. Okay. Pickups are such a personal thing.
I'm guessing. Will it have
crisp?
Has it got noiseless pickups in it right now? Do you reckon? That's why you're not getting
No, not in a vintage Strat reissue. No.
Okay.
But yes, if that was the case, I'd say I mean, not unless that the pickup's been swapped out for something like Noiseless. Noiseless pickups are definitely not crisp.
No.
Right. Okay. So 50s style pickups. Here's what I would do. 50s style pickups tend to be quite bright, I would say. So the single coil on my 50 Strat is shrill to the point I don't like it. I love the neck pickup, love the rest, but the bridge pickup is shrill. So, but Fender do something called Fat 50s, which I think sound absolutely banging. So I'd recommend some Fat 50s. I mean, there's plenty of great pickup companies out there. If you want to keep it safe, I'd go for you could get some Seymour Duncan equivalent of that, and they're fairly well priced. Or if you want to go more boutique, you could get some Lollas, and you'd love them. So it really depends on your budget, Gary. If you want to stick with Fender, get some Fat 50s. I think you'll really like them. If you want to go more sort of mainstream, I can't think of the Seymour Duncan. They do some what they called antiquity pickups. They're normally good. Or go for some sort of Lollas, and I think you'll be very happy.
At this point.
Mr. McQuillan, thank you, sir. He said, "Good evening, guys. Hope life's treating you well, and to you, David." I'm out of the studio, so I can't show a plectrum. Come on, James, show us a plectrum.
Sorry. Zing. There they are.
There we go. Look at them. So if you guys want to check out David's plectrums, you can do. Go to Reverb, go to the Highland Plectrum Company on Reverb and check out his plectrums. They are fantastic.
Boom, here we go.
Ned says, when you go to the dentist, you do not touch their tools. And you don't touch your musician's tools either, unless you're a musician yourself and asked to check it out. Absolutely. Oh, I think the dog's having a happy dream, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, no, it's not. It's hanging out. It's not good. A little lipstick. Disgusting. Richard Ashcroft. David Ashcroft. Rory Gallagher had a great tone with minimal gear. That is so true. But yeah, Rory Gallagher, again, that's a tone is in the fingers.
Though, two Fender twins facing each other.
Was that Gallagher?
I'm sure that was Gallagher.
Might have been. That's definitely. I know someone did that.
Two Fender twins with a mic in the middle and getting that.
Jeez.
Oh,
man!
The amount of noise.
Thomas Barron's in the house. He says, "Cheers, guys! I've just rewatched your video on the Iron Gear pickups and James Stepophones. They sounded really great. Just to order the set to try out. Nice one.
They do sound particularly good, and so that guitar, it's brought it to life. Brought it back to life.
Yes, absolutely. Tom Jones, the Welsh can sing. Well, Tom Jones can sing. I'm not sure all the Welsh can sing.
I'd like to teach my wife to sing in perfect harmony.
Oh, she did. My wife sing.
I think that was a Spitting Image sketch from years ago.
Lightwing Studio says it's where the Rockets really do red glare, and it's Titus. Is it Titusville? Titusville. That sounds a bit better than Titusville, doesn't it? Though some locals prefer Titusville. Yes, that's what I think it is.
Such a boy.
Yeah. David says that's really kind. It was the Ethos Overdrive direct into the PA. Wow. Robbie Hall at Custom Tones makes tremendous units. I'm blessed to use them here. And again, thanks for the love. By the way, night off on the couch with Tottenham for my sins. Great show as per. Nice one, Davey. Pet says the Martin OMs on Anderson are described with a modified low oval neck with apparently smaller hands and combat threatening hand fatigue. Oh, nice one.
Or you could just practice loads and get over it.
No, I mean, I know. Well, that's the thing. I mean, James, you know, we scoff at what James just said, but it's pretty true. One way to really build up the strength in your hand is playing lots of acoustics.
Mm.
And oh, Dibby, dirty boy. He's a dirty boy, isn't he? Lucky he's not looking at me and doing it at the same time. So, yes, yeah, it sounds great, Pat. I mean, you know, if you've got smaller hands and that's what they're recommending, I'd say definitely give that a go. I've never tried them though.
I probably wouldn't even know what it was if it came out and bit me. But yeah, if it's a thing, then great.
Lightwing says, I watched SpaceX rockets take off and land from my front yard across the Indian River. Nice.
Cool.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? Mind you wouldn't get a lot of recording done there, would you? Big noise. Jeff Rock says, hi guys, been playing with UA Ruby for a couple of weeks. Brian May is my favourite guitar player. I've tried the Vox TB route. TB? Oh, top boost.
Top boost, yes.
Or treble boost route many times, but I need to accept I feel and play better in Marshall land. Yeah. I mean, Marshalls, depending on what Marshall you're playing through, can be quite forgiving.
Do you know what? I was about to say that's exactly the phrase I was going to use. They can be quite forgiving. You can get away with a lot on a Marshall with a bit of reverb and a bit of delay.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
My JCM 900 will let me get away with a lot that the Chandler won't.
Yes.
The Chandler doesn't let a lot. You know, you've got to be on it.
Yeah. Gary says, thanks, gents. We'll check those out. Lightwing, he needs a shallow bowl, round back ovation. Oh, my gosh. Oh, remember them. Did you see Nancy Wilson from Heart is selling off her guitar collection?
Wow.
And I watched the video on that, you know, the reverb. The reverb sort of presentation of it, and she's got a couple of them. They played nicely, but God, they're awful things. Especially the shallow back one. Oh God.
That hold back your feelings there, Paul.
Funky Bass UK. I have a lot of faith in pickups from Monty's. That's a good shout as well. Bit expensive unless you get on their mailing list and wait until the offers. Oh, that's a good shout.
Nice tip.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of changing the bridge pickup in my 50s Strat for something less 50s.
Not quite as cut you in half with a spoon.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yes, yeah. I want a bit more, Steve. Lightwing, thank you, sir.
Thanks so much.
Very nice of you. Wow. The generosity of people tonight is fantastic. Jeff Rock says, I'm really happy with Iron Gear. There we go.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Very much.
Lightwing, James, I'm Patrick Pierce. I did an article and video of my Dell upgrade for Pro Tools Expert after you inspired me to do it with your Apple.
I remember that.
There we go.
Small world.
Pet says, I can sing like an angel, I'll have you know, and yes, I will blow my own trumpet. Well, look at that. I want to hear some of Pet's stuff.
I do too.
David says, no relation, unfortunately. He's a little. He's only about that big.
I saw him at the.
I was there.
MPG Awards.
Yeah.
With who was he? Oh, I can't remember who the guy who got the award was, but his band.
It was his producer, wasn't it? Yeah, and then basically, it was interesting. Yeah. I like Richard Ashcroft.
Whereas the year before, they gave the award to Trevor Horn, who had everyone and their auntie on stage, and it was amazing. And they did Slave to the Rhythm live, and they did.
Oh my
It
God.
was
See,
incredible.
I would have just like sat at the front of the stage and just watched it. I love Trevor Horn.
They did Video Killed the Radio Star. They did Relax.
Oh.
It was amazing. Thingy from 10cc got up and they did I'm Not in Love. It was amazing.
What? He wasn't involved in that.
He obviously was, because 10cc. Yeah, he must have been, because Eric from 10cc got up and sang I'm Not in Love. And it turns out as well, a mate of mine who I used to play in a band with when I was 18 is his MD, keyboard player and MD.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
A good in. Yeah.
Cowbell says, any controversial topics tonight, like bass guitar shape? Yeah, we've got a bit of...
we get into it in a minute. We get into the controversial stuff in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Phil Hoy says, hey both, hope you're well. Just wondering whether you think there's an overdrive setting on the Boss GT1000 that resembles a King Duke of Tone or Bluesbreaker style overdrive. Thanks. There must be. I haven't turned it on for a while, but there must be a Bluesbreaker style overdrive in it. Off the top of my head, mate, I can't say, but I will have a look. I'm just going to check the website. I'm just going to check the website again.
Yeah.
No. Died. Damn. Lee says, a mate of mine has jumped from Pro Tools to Logic and is loving it. I feel my time might be coming, but I know it's going to be difficult. I can zip around Pro Tools without even thinking.
Yep, that's exactly my point.
Yeah, I would have a look at Studio One before you look at Logic.
Yes,
but it does some really clever. It does some really clever things. Lightning Studio says that's called Dogwood. He's a dirty boy. He really is a dirty little boy. There he is. Nedamido says, I'd like to blow my own trumpet, but I can't bend that far. Seriously, anyone got any tips for improving my singing? Of course, lessons, technique, or something.
Do it more.
Yeah, just what. Yeah. Do you know, there are some singing teachers online, some quite comical ones as well. I think James will know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's not mention any names.
I don't think we need to at that point.
I can't watch it. I cannot watch him. It's just I go, oh, it's horrible. It's so cheesy. I hate it. There we go. There's a controversial bit.
The truth of the matter is, it is actually quite good technique to sing.
Yeah, I think he's probably got amazing technique, but I can't watch it.
Maybe not for singing. If you're not 23 and gifted, then he's not interested.
And he give tips. I mean, James and I can both sing, but I wouldn't call us fantastic singers. So I think it would be wrong for us.
Do it more. Sing more. My biggest thing for learning to sing, I would say I can sing. I wouldn't say I'm I'd have the world's greatest tone, but I can certainly sing in tune and carry a tune. Is learn to make a lot of noise, learn to project, learn to sing over a band. Because the number of times we've had singers come to the band and go, "Oh yeah, I'm a singer," and they make no noise. The microphone only helps once you've given it something to work with.
Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Singing into a microphone sounds very different to to singing. Like the sound in your head because of all the cavities, etc. It's very different to recorded.
How long did it take you to realise what your own voice sounded like?
I didn't mind it actually.
No, but
lots of people. Yeah,
I don't sound like that. I've heard so much that I know that's how I sound.
Yeah, the funny thing as well is like when you get because I used to have a studio where people used to come in and record.
Mhm.
Sorry, as in as opposed to being a private studio where where I'm recording my own stuff and for projects, it was like a commercial studio. That's the word I meant. And the amount of people that used to come in and want to sing over something, and they're so used to singing along with a singer, so they're used to singing along. Let's pick any song, George Michael, Faith, whatever.
Yeah.
And they think they sound great, and then they sing without the support of that other singer, and they just go, "What is going on?"
Yeah. Also, you put someone in front of a 4-piece band for the first time, and they just go, "I can't hear myself." The mic's on, and it's very loud. You're not making any noise.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm going to see if I can get into the back. I'm going to see if I can get to the back end of the website.
At this point.
Rumi, thank you. Rumi says on metal records like Van Halen and Judas Priest, the bass is low in the mix. Is this to give more room to the bass drum or to highlight the guitar limits? That's a really good question.
I always think in metal, bass is mixed too low. Always.
What's that Metallica album? Is it the Black Album?
Well, no, there's bass on the Black Album, and Justice for All, there's no bass.
Is it Injustice?
Lee says, have you heard?
Okay. There we go.
Yeah. What was if you listen to Metallica's version of Whiskey in a Jar, there's no bass on it.
Is there really?
There's no bass on it. It's hilarious.
Wow. Yeah, I mean isn't that Lars Ulrich? Doesn't he just? I think he's kicked up a few times about the mixes, and the mix engineer just goes, "Well, I'll just take what you say then," and he just basically ruins stuff because his ears are knackered anyway.
Yeah, but that's Bob Rock did some of the Metallica stuff, didn't he?
Did he mix it as well?
I think so.
He would have done.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I like bass to be fat and round and lovely. I don't like it to be all ding 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 ding.
Yeah, but you listen to the Cliff Burton Metallica stuff. The bass is really prominent.
But even the Jason Newsted Metallica, there was still bass there. If you get a chance and you're
Justice for All was Newsted.
It was, yeah. But if you get a chance and you fancy a laugh, have a watch of the Metallica Masterclass.
No way! No! Never.
Anyway,
there we go. More controversy. Pet says Trevor Horn's Owner of a Lonely Heart is tremendous. Video Killed was the video that launched MTV. Yeah, I mean, his production was so ahead of its time. I mean, Owner of a Lonely Heart is that is a great sounding,
awesome song.
Yeah,
and Slave to the Rhythm is probably still one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah, classic.
The fidelity in that record is just amazing.
Well, that's Trevor Horn, though. I mean, that was his thing, just like massive sounds with just those ultimate fidelity.
At the start of Slave to the Rhythm, ting, cut your head off.
So good,
in a good way.
Cavell says, I wanted to crush my Mac and buy a Tascam cassette recorder when I tried Logic.
I've never been a big fan of Logic, I have to admit.
It's useful for certain things, I'd say. I don't think it's. It's there are tracks that are mixed professionally on Logic, and people get great results out of it. I think there's something wrong with the headroom in Logic. It's always peaking. Anyway.
At this point, I'm sorry, wrong one. That one.
Lee says, Paul, forgot to mention, did you see that original generation governor on eBay recently? Oh no, I was going to message you, but got sidetracked. No, I didn't see that, mate. Quite fancy that.
They're very good, very very good. Yeah. Anywho, should we do the news?
Yeah, let's do the news.
Right, let's try this. Ready?
Yeah, you're doing it today. James is driving. Okay, so it's funny because we did the video that's coming out tomorrow on the Klon Centaur and Warm Audio. So Warm, if you don't know who Warm Audio are, they've been sort of doing studio gear for years, and basically what they do is they do a bit of a Behringer thing. They take a classic piece of studio gear and they do a copy of it, and now they're doing it with pedals as well. They did a couple of years ago. They did a fuzz pedal, which is the same as something I can't remember. The Foxy, that's it, the Foxy Fuzz or something. And they did a phaser, which I thought was like, why have you done these two?
You're launching your line on two of the most bizarre pedals.
Yeah, and then they do, they come out now with which are basically the pedals I think they should have launched the line with. So basically, they've done a Klon Centaur copy and a Zen Drive copy. Now, I've heard all the demos of the Centaur, and I haven't been that impressed so far.
Right.
But that's not to say now I haven't heard any sort of how can I explain it? I haven't heard any guitar players that I really like their tone normally do a demo yet. So I've only heard. And I'm not saying I've heard all of them, but I've heard some, and I was really unimpressed. But that might just be, the player, or it might just be the amp they went into, or anything.
There isn't that much in there.
No, but what is special about it? What is special about the Klon? Even just plugging into it, there's something special with the buffer that's in it. But anyway, go on.
This one costs €209.
No, it doesn't. Sorry, it is 209. Sorry, it was. I thought it was cheaper. I thought it was cheaper than that.
The other one, the Warm Drive, is 179.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's a spot of genius. Sticking it in the same enclosure. I want to try it. I'm obviously going to try it.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether just to, buy one and then just see how we get on with it. We don't know anyone in Warm anymore, do we?
Yeah, the owner.
Oh, I will sort it out then. Come on, man.
I didn't know these were coming, did I?
No, and yeah, I know, but why aren't we involved in knowing what's coming?
I know. I did some work with Warm for a while, but it just one thing led to another and didn't happen. But yeah,
would you mind sending an email, because I think
yeah,
I'll be really interested in trying the Centauro Evavu. Evavu.
Yeah, we'll get on that.
Yeah, nice one. So,
if Don Johnson played guitar,
that's basically what it is, isn't it? As far as I'm concerned, wrong uns. I can't. Who would play that?
Well, if you were a Beach Boys tribute, probably.
It's a wrong one. Basically, these are Fender Japan. Launched a couple of. I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, they're Squires, aren't they? But it's just
yeah. They're Squire. How much are they?
Hang on a second. Doesn't say.
It does. Come back up. You're going too far.
Oh, sorry, 198 each.
Yeah, what in yen?
Yen, yeah.
What's that? I don't know what that.
Okay,
maybe.
I'm guessing
maybe
that's
they're
1,000 yen.
Yeah, 198,000 yen. I'm guessing these are going to be Japanese only. We're not going to get them over here. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, well, I won't be too upset by that.
No.
Another thing I'd not be too upset with.
I was upset by looking at them. Hey, in more controversy.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive. I've never been a Megadeth fan. Have you heard the new tune?
No.
I can honestly say I'm not a Megadeth fan. That's what I'm going to say.
I quite like the red burst though, and the finish is nice.
It's a wrong. It's just like, we've said it before. It's like Gibson have a go at Dean, with the whole, Gibson debacle about saying, play authentic. That horrible video, and then Gibson just basically released Dave Mustaine's Dean guitars with those inlays. It's just everything. Yeah. No, it's just wrong. No, I absolutely hate them.
So you won't be going to get one of those then?
No, I wouldn't want it. No, I don't want it. I don't.
Right.
Wrong uns.
Right.
Supro Amulet 1x10, vintage voiced with variable wattage.
I like the idea of this. Something really nice but little.
Yeah. Have you? Oh, dog snoring. Have you got any? Have you got any 1x10s? You haven't got. No, you haven't, have you?
No. Oh, that looks great.
I tell you what I've got, which I can give you. I've got a converter for the what are they called?
Grossman.
The Grossman. The Grossman. I've got a 10-inch converter for it.
Right, cool.
If you want that, you can have that and put a 10-inch in yours.
Very cool. But yeah, I like that. That's a very cool little thing.
Yeah, I like those little Supro amps.
Mm.
So
not cheap,
USBs. Oh, mate, do you know what now? I don't think that's expensive for an amp. I mean, I'm not saying that's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but that's the price of.
And bear in mind, we're paying that. It used to be that that half that was 600 quid.
Yeah.
That's
well, it's going to be 1,200 quid or £1,000, isn't it?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah.
Time for our Harley Benton moment of the week.
There we go. I thought these look really good, as they've always done. But come down, have a look at the blue one. Come down.
Oh, that's nice.
It looks great, doesn't it? But have a look at this one coming up. Keep going.
Oh,
doesn't that look great?
That looks amazing. And how much was it? Okay, 449, 399. Is that expensive for Harley Benton?
Yeah,
but that's a great.
They look
great.
Absolutely great. They look great, don't they?
I love that finish. I mean, I like that finish as well. Look at the book matching on that top.
The only thing is you don't know whether you're getting a solid top. Are they solid tops? Is it like a cap, or is it like a?
Oh, it must be a cap, surely.
Mate, it's not very much. It's not much money for. Let's have a look. Grafton, no, keep going. You see a lot of these Roswell pickups. It's got the Wilkinson Bridge.
Yeah,
we talked about it all last week, didn't we? Okay, just go with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've just picked a lot of wrong ones, haven't I, this week?
Now, is it really wrong?
You like it. You are such a wrong. You're the wrong in it.
I like that.
Dude.
I actually quite like that.
Come down. Come have a look at them properly. Come down.
All right. Well, that's quite a challenge. I like the blue one.
So I think this is using their technology, their sort of inbuilt amp. This is what Lee should get next. Just a guitar that's got everything built into it. But they do a Strat version of this. They do like a Super Strat, which is what Lee likes.
Right.
Version.
I'm offended by that, mate. I'm really not.
You're not offended by it?
No, I quite like that.
Do you?
I mean, I hope it's a good guitar for like €1,200. It should be.
Oh my god! It's got a built-in UHF wireless transmitter.
Yeah, that's great.
Wow.
It's a
brilliant it's a great evolution.
11 guitar sims, 126 effects, 40 drum patterns, 10 metronome variations.
See, that's just put me off.
80-second looper in a guitar.
That's put me off. That's just put me off. If it says drum patterns, 40 drum patterns, that's it for me. I'm out.
It's like the guy who does the bass drum, snare drum.
That instantly makes it pony, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, just for the non-English listeners, pony means pony and trap, crap.
Yes.
It's Cockney rhyming slang.
Yes. Right. Moving on.
Okay. I think this is great. This is great for so many different reasons.
Yes. That looks awesome.
So Lego, who are they done by? It's Andertons and Pedal Porn.
Yeah.
And it's in support of the Teenage Cancer Trust.
I think that's brilliant. That looks like something my son would make for me.
It's brilliant, isn't it? And I really, really like that. And a great cause. And yeah, fantastic. Well done, Andertons. Well done, Pedal Porn.
Yeah, great work. That looks fantastic. This, this is a sharp intake of breath for all of us, isn't it?
Yeah. So basically, what happened? Omni Rooms in Bristol. It's basically I think it's this band's rehearsal space, and it's all burnt down. They've lost all their gear. Bless them.
Through a accident.
What do you mean, like?
Well, the terminology they're using is a freak accident causing the fire.
Yeah, I don't really know what a freak accident can only be a lightning strike as opposed to a dodgy electrical wiring or whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, the fortunate thing is nobody was hurt or injured, which is that's the.
Absolutely, and our heart obviously goes out to these guys that have lost all their stuff. There's a fundraising campaign going on at the moment to help these guys get some equipment so they can carry on. But I would just say to people, just make sure you're insured.
Please make sure you're insured and insured for enough.
Exactly. Yeah. Insurance. It's not as much as you think. I had to do. We had to do our insurance recently for the studio and for both studios, and it's enough, but it's not enough to make you go, huh?
Who do you insure with?
Oh God, it's all done by. Oh, I tell you, it's Hiscox actually.
Right.
It's Hiscox, but it's all done through this company in Croydon. I can give you their details. They're really good.
No, so I've got a good.
Oh, okay.
But mine's actually through Zurich.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah.
Just, and lastly, but by no means leastly,
Origin Effects celebrates its 10th anniversary. 10 years. So they've done etched aluminium Kelly 76 and slide rig pedals. I think these look great. Yeah, who doesn't like Origin Effects?
They look really cool.
Yeah, really good. Origin Effects, if you don't know, just expensive but really well made pedals.
That looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, really good. Nice stuff. There we go.
Good toys. Well done, sir.
More stuff to come from Origin actually in the next couple of weeks.
There we go. Right, where did we get to? We got to hold. We got to. I'm trying to find it. We got to there. Go.
Jeff Rock says, quick tip if it helps, sorting out an Encore P base for a friend. Heel access truss rod. 5mm hex bolt, totally rounded off. I bought this little.
Hang on, Jeff. Hang on. Hang on. Here he is.
Okay. I've got this sort of P base truss rod ended, totally rounded off. Out. I've got this set of twisted hex keys ends from Halfords, worked perfectly. Nice one.
We like that.
We do like that.
Halfords has been useful for something at least.
Yeah. David says, is there a feedbacker on the Bosch GX100? The feedback from the GT1, which I have, isn't very good, especially for clean tones. The feedbacker? I've never used a feedbacker. Is that like the old Boss distortion and feedback or overdrive and feedback where you held down the button and it goes?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't really see the point of that sort of stuff, but
get close to your speaker.
Yep. Cowbell says, I always thought And Justice for All had the perfect amount of bass on it. Like none.
Thank you, Lee, for bringing the DT to the channel.
Oh man, you need me to stop this prog chat. John Mung from Green Theatre. Mayung is always low in the mix too. Steve Harris from Iron Maiden hasn't exactly got a huge tone either. Interesting. Yeah. Yes. Well, Steve Harris's tone is all quite top. Yeah, it's all top mid heavy. It's more of a percussion thing, isn't it?
He doesn't actually have. I think the gain on his bass must be so high. He doesn't actually have to play the string. He's just to touch it to get the note.
Oh, really?
It must, because I mean, he's got pretty fast fingers.
Yes.
The clairvoyant, the galloping.
Yeah, yeah. God, that's got to wait by the end of the gig, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jeff Rock said, quick.
Been there, sorry.
No, got that. Okay. Lightwing says, the woman teaching those. No, it's a man teaching those vocals.
It's a man.
Videos. I can watch about 2 minutes of it. Thomas says, I've had 2 original Hamida Zen drives. Nice. Truth is, they were very noisy devices. I let them both go at some point. Oh, interesting. Interesting. The flavored buffer. Poo Ninja says. Poo Ninja, so good. Pet says, I can't stop listening to John Mayer. It's starting to worry my missus. I'm Stop This Train. It's such a beautiful song and melody. Whoa. Yeah, funny, I was doing some decorating over the last couple of days because I can't get in the studio. And I was listening to some John Mayer. He's great, isn't he? So good.
Really talented guy.
And Stop This Train, it's a really well written song. I mean, a lot of his songs are really well written, like lyrically, brilliant. They only made 15 of those. 15.
The flavored buffer.
Oh, I don't know what the flavored buffer is.
Nor do I.
100 yen is $1. Oh, so there you go. So 198,000 yen is. I can't even work that out.
Quite a bit, yeah.
The Abraham says those tellies have been made specifically to hang on the wall and never played. The image only looks right when it's vertical.
Yeah.
Yes. That image would only look right in the bin, mate.
Not that much.
Okay, so those Esquires were 1150 in sterling. Flying V is a wrong and full stop. Yeah, I don't mind certain Flying V's. I quite like. I wouldn't own one. I get it, but no, Dave Mustaine one. I just don't know what's going on with that. Poo Ninja says only 15 being made. Those fancy tellies are probably already spoken for. Wow, it's only 15. I'd like to buy one just to bin it. Pet says, just keep at it and watch different coaches and steal different bits. Don't ever buy a course because they all tend to give away their secrets anyway when bigging up their channel. Tends to happen a lot. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, the whole selling courses on YouTube. I'm saying I don't get it, and I might end up doing one in a couple of years. But at the moment, see, I think YouTube is, for me, is an educational. It's great for education. It's great for showing gear, and it's great for education. For me to use YouTube as a way of selling a course almost seems a bit disingenuous, but
it's don't get me started on the grave of the brain model.
Yeah, it's that thing. It's been done to death.
Everyone's done it.
And I think if you're only doing something to sell a course, I haven't quite thought this through, but it just there's something seems a bit weird to me.
I know what you mean.
Poo Ninja says HB colours look better in person too.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
What was that? Your YouTube channels has had 5,872,097 views. Wow. Oh, cheers, Lightwing. I don't know how people find that out. Veneer top. That's what I think those Harley Bentons are. I don't think they're capped. Pet says, Nedim, it's really a case of practice. Sing along to good singers and use some reverb as you immediately sound better when using it. Singing is all psychology. Enjoy. Yes, lovely.
Great.
Nice. I don't hear Pet sing now.
Me too.
Poop Ninja says, I like the look of those, but I'm still not sold on putting everything into the guitar. Oh, this is the
Moors.
The Moor. The Moor, yeah. I think it was all good. It was all good until you mentioned drum beat, and I just went, "That's it for me."
You don't have to use it.
No, it doesn't matter. It's in there. It's in there. It's a no. Those Moor guitars. I've been thinking about a headless guitar, but being a larger gentleman, I'm worried it looked like a Fisher Price ukulele. No, you should. I think I can see Lee with a headless.
Do you know? Oh God, Matt. Talking about Ovation. There's a chap from New York, I believe, who used to be the Ovation demonstrator. Matt Smith, great guitar player.
I don't know him.
And he had all the because Novation, I believe, either still are, or they certainly were imported by John Hobby Skews.
Oh, right, yeah.
In Leeds. And I always used to go up to do the John Hornby Skews kind of like, the summer bash thing with Sibelius and basically get drunk a lot on company time. But Matt was always up there doing demos. And I remember at one point he said, now I'm a big chap, but I ain't that big. And he had the Ovation ukulele. And it just looked wrong on him. And then he had the Ovation baritone, which was enormous.
Ovation baritone, damn. Oof.
You made it sound good though.
Poo Ninja says replacement value.
Yes, on the
on the Moors. Nedamido says, Pet, thanks. I guess just recording myself on the phone, singing and playing guitar and listening back could help too. Absolutely. Lee says fundraiser, as long as it's not Rob Chappers one. Yeah, where you think you're helping a band who got their gear nicked, but you're finding his funding his PRS purchase. Yeah, that was he made what was that?
Yes.
Yeah. If I mean, that was always the allegation. I don't know how much of it was true, but
there's that path has been well trodden, and we should
yeah.
Let the weeds grow on that one.
Poo Ninja, I'm out. Y'all have a great week, and you, mate.
We will do our best.
Jeff Rock, freak accident. Is that a code for goofing around and lighting your own farts? dropping a joint on the floor.
Who knows?
Cowbell Studios. James needs to buy the camo coloured Ibanez Stratucci signature.
The one,
we talked about them before. I've never seen the camo one, but I always like the
the Ibanez, the
Picasso-y one.
Yeah, the Picasso one's lovely. They did a kind of an orangey brownie one, which looked a bit rank, but the price for that one was significantly lower than the one with the blues and the pinks in. The blue and pink one he used on stage looked amazing, I thought.
Yeah, it did look good. It's a good guitar, that.
Although I actually do think that if I was going to buy a Petrucci, it would be the Music Man.
Yeah.
The JP6 would be amazing.
Steve Harris, 50% bass, 50% pointing. That's true, actually. That's right. That's true. Maybe that's how he got his break by
pointing at the camera.
By doing his points. David Ashcroft, like the Digitech Freak Out pedal. Don't know that one. Don't know the Freak Out.
Oh, no.
Lisa, Steve Harris, 50% bass, 50% being embarrassed by Bruce's outburst against the audience.
I love that band. They're touring again next year, and I so want to go and see them again.
Oh yeah,
I love Maiden. I really do.
Do you? I'm not a massive fan. I mean, I had like a bunch of Maiden albums, but I think I liked it because I think thought I was supposed to like it. I'm not sure I actually liked it.
I really like Nico's drumming. His drumming is very smooth and very linear, and when you watch him, it looks really nice. You know, his movement is really good, even though he's got a face like someone's set fire to and put out with a baseball bat. But
that's a bit harsh.
But he's the first to say he's got quite a sizable broken nose.
Yes, he's got a broken nose.
But when he plays, it's so beautiful and linear, and I'm like, I so enjoy watching them play.
Funky Bass UK says my first good guitar amp was a Cornell Romany with a 10-inch Alnico. Lovely little amp, very affordable back then too. Dennis Cornell's a top bloke. Yeah,
not affordable now.
They're not cheap, but they're not. I mean, it's a handbill amp.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, for that they're fairly well priced. Matt Cave says, any experience with the Sir Reactive Load? The UA Aux is out of my price range, but from YouTube videos, the Sir sounds great to my ears. Interested to know your thoughts. Thanks. I've never tried one. I've heard a few, obviously on videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they sounded good. The Aux. Loads of people moan about. Sorry, I'm throwing Diggy's toy up. Yeah, look at the state of this. It absolutely destroys things. Yeah. Okay, so if you can't afford an Aux, loads of people say that the Aux Reactive Load isn't the best. I quite like it. If you can't afford an Aux, what about the Two Notes Torpedo, the Captor?
Yeah, Captor X or Captor X, yeah.
Captor X. Yeah, I'd have a look at that. But yes, from what I've heard with the Sir, is the Sir mono? I can't remember. I think it's just mono. Oh, I'd have a look at the Captor X.
Yeah.
Emil Bailey says, really like the song you made for the recent recording, Guitar and Drums. Look forward to hearing the complete version. Oh, cheers. Yes, more. I'm not going to say too much at the moment, but there's a little bit more progress working on singers with that and stuff. So, yeah, we'll get to that. Timothy, hello, gents from Chicago. Hi, Timothy.
Nice.
Angel Montano Diaz. Hey, to the Puerto Rico. Nice one.
Very nice.
Yeah, welcome. Paul McKinnon. Fitness and Nutrition. Mr. Drew, I know you're only into a 4-string bass, but if you heard the set by Thundercat on NPR Music Tiny Desk Concert, I think you might change your mind. Hey, he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. Okay, so here's my thing about bass. We're going to get into bass again, and I'm going to get in trouble by bass players, aren't I?
Again.
Hey, look. So, right, a bass, this is the whole point about a bass. It's supposed to take up a specific range in music, right? Let's go back to classical music. Yeah. Violins, violas, cellos, double bass. Each one of those instruments takes up a specific spectrum of music. Let's think of the music like a 180-degree sort of circle. Yeah, each thing sort of fits into that. Thundercat bass is fantastic on its own, but that's it. You couldn't do that in a band situation. It doesn't work. It takes up too much sonic.
I think Claypole from Primus does a pretty good job of it. There's Claypole from Primus does a good job of getting top end into bass.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but no, it's not about top end. And yes, there was.
To every rule, there's an exception. We know that. To every rule, there's an exception.
Yeah. I mean, look, if Victor Wooten goes out, and he normally plays, does he play a 4-string or does he play a 5-string?
Four.
He's a 4. That's great. But even if he goes out, he's not normally accompanied by many musicians. I think Thundercat is, unbelievable. But for me, I don't want to listen to. It's like listening to, and I don't want to listen to a whole album of Steve Vai. I don't want to listen to that because I like songs. Huh?
I couldn't get all the way through Hydra. You know that thing where he had the guitar, the multi-neck thing with the sitar and a bass, and very clever, amazingly clever.
Yeah, but that's great. That's great. But it's to me, it's clever. Do you know what used to? Oh, here we go. I'm going to get myself in trouble again. Do you know what used to make me laugh was that Steve Vai. Steve Vai was when I was a nipper. Steve Vai was. Yeah, he was like, I couldn't believe what he was doing, and it was amazing, and he was my favorite guitar player. And the guy then goes on interviews and starts ranting that commercial stations won't play his music. It's like, it baffles me. It's like, like your music's not commercial. If you want to do that, if you want to do the music that, if you want to play music, and this applies to anyone, if you want to play music that appeals to that much of the population, don't be surprised that no one wants to listen to it. How did we get onto that?
I have no idea. Thank you, Mr. Jordan.
Sorry. I think Thundercat is amazing, and I'd watch it I'd want to watch it because I'd be fascinated by seeing how someone can do something that amazing. I don't want to listen to it. I want to watch it and do that, but I wouldn't listen to it as an album. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Lee says, all right, James, let's have a date and go and see Maiden. You buy tickets and I'll buy a Ferrari for us to get there, and just so we've spent the same amount. Are they expensive tickets to go and see Maiden?
They're that bad. It's the standard O2 price tickets. I mean, it's like 100 quid or so, but it's not Ferrari.
David said, what's a good, small, good sounding combo amp for bedroom besides the Katana that's more simple with 2 or 3 channels, decent cleans and decent gain tones? 350 max. Oof.
Spark.
Simple though.
Buy a Fender Champ.
Do you know what? I think your comment about the Spark might be a good shout though. If it's for bedroom.
Yeah, because it can do all the other things as well.
Yeah. I think James has got. I think that's a good shout. If you don't want a katana, which I think is the best.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that's the best sort of bedroom. I mean, small, very small gig, or sort of bedroom amp. I think the katana's the best. But if you want something that sounds great and is tiny, I think the Spark, yeah. John McWade, looking to change pickups in a 1988 Heritage H140. Any opinion on Seymour Duncan P-Rails? Gee. Let me have a look. Are the P-Rails the old 80s, the rails?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, no. Okay. So the P-Rails it's like a P90.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. John, I've never tried one. To be honest, I'm not even sure I've ever heard one. So I'd hate to say, oh yeah, I think they're fantastic when I've never tried one. Let's have a look. So the P-Rail says a hotter, more aggressive version of our P-Rail's versatile humbucker with an Alnico. That's got an Alnico magnet, 8-bar magnet for added punch. Oh, sorry, that's hot P-Rails. P-Rails. Here we go. Sorry, apologies. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it's hot rails coil with a vintage P90 to give you. Oh, that sounds great. I think the idea of it's brilliant. I think I'd really like to hear that, John. I would say, look, the thing is, these pickups, they're not cheap, but then what's it? Okay, P-Rails are $119. It could be worth the punt, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
right, here we go. Right, we need to power on through these because we're getting towards the end.
Sorry, I should stop ranting and then. Okay, Cowbell. I prefer the sound I get from Sir Reactive Load over the 2-note captor, but I've only tried both without the IR loaders. Interesting, nice one. Oh, cheers, Cowbell. So Cowbell's basically saying the Sir one is the best one. I've heard this. A lot of people say the Sir one is the best one. Martin says scallop necks will only play them now. What's your thoughts? That's interesting. I saw something on it was a YouTube video the other day where Steve Vai is now starting to scallop his really lightly, but all the fingerboard.
Wow.
And I think I mean, yeah, I think you have to have quite a light touch, because anything about scalloping is that if you push down too hard, then the note will
be an issue.
Yeah. So you've got to watch your touch. I mean, listen to Malmsteen, amazing player. Again, wouldn't want to listen to it. Love watching it. Daniel, rebase players. There ain't no money to be made above the. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Amen.
That is what I'm talking about. That's such a great saying. I love that. Funky Bass UK. I picked up a mid-80s 6-string Warwick thumb bass on eBay. Do you know, I love those. I love a Warwick thumb bass. That is a great sounding bass.
Tight, punchy. That into a Trace Elliott.
That's the sound of the 80s.
Right, a Trace Elliott 2x10 with a horn and a single 15. That was the rig, wasn't it?
There was a band when I was in a signed band, and the bass player had a deal with Warwick, and he got like a bass every year. And yes, it was a great sound.
That was Tears for Fears. The sound of Tears for Fears was
it?
Yeah.
Was it? Was Kurt Smith? He was Kurt Smith. Yeah, he was bass player. Nice. Just sits under the bed until it gains in value. It's a really good shout. I mean, if you look at the price now of wall basses, they've gone through the roof.
Yeah, heavy.
Alembics. Yeah, heavy.
God. Yeah. Crazy.
Good sound though.
Mm.
Just in case, my cat keeps farting. Any advice?
A cork.
A cork,
Or a
yeah.
lighter.
I can send the dog round. My dog hates cats. He bloody hates cats. Let's stick with the Paul Drew rants. THR10, that's another good shout, Timothy. Nice one.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's Yamaha THR10. It's a small. They're supposed to be really good.
Mm.
Good shout, Timothy. Pet says, I keep hearing about IRs. How do I go about getting my feet wet?
Don't do it, because there is no getting your feet wet. You'll be up to your armpits in it and drowning in minutes.
I mean, Pet's got a couple of Ox boxes, or at least one Ox box, and the Ox. You could say they're not IRs, but it's the same sort of thing. The speaker modelling inside your Ox is sort of IRs.
That's enough to get your feet wet.
Mm. Paul's idea of hell on earth. Billy Sheehan solo gig. Again, love to watch a video on his virtuosity, but do I want to listen to it? No. Flashback. Sorry guys, running late today. Vi's playing Never Satisfy my melodic sense. He always takes it in a direction I don't find appealing. I know what you mean. I think if you listen to Passion of Warfare, if you listen to what's that song? For the Love of God.
That's a beautiful song.
It's a brilliant. That's really nice. And then that's really good. Pretty much all the way through it. He does go a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, see, that's when he was amazing.
Mm.
And that was great because you could listen to that and go, "That's an amazing melody." And it's really unusual.
Passion and Warfare was brilliant, though.
Yes, I think it was. Yes,
I think Passion and Warfare. I mean, Flexible was.
That was no, I couldn't. That was too. That was like. No, that's like listening to Frank Zappa. I mean, obviously,
I loved Sex and Religion because at that time I was in that space in my life, and I loved the craziness and the creativity and the mental Devin Townsend vocals and.
See, I always think that's mad because I personally prefer Devin Townsend guitar playing to Steve Vai's guitar player. I think Devin Townsend's a mega guitar player.
I saw him in Amsterdam last year.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Darby Todd, who has been on the show with us, is now his drummer.
Oh, nice.
And I happened to be cheering in Amsterdam on the same weekend as they were supporting Dream Theater.
Oh, wow. Nice one.
So Darby got me a guest list, which was nice of him.
Yeah, nice. Cowbell says, tried a Malmsteen strap with scallops and 8 to 46 strings. I never sounded more out of tune ever.
Yeah, you're right.
Flashback said, Paul got the FM9 Turbo last week. Nice.
Ooh.
Nice. Need to play it more, but honestly, at times I prefer the Kemper. Kemper just seems to sing for me. That's interesting. Wow, isn't it funny how different people have different opinions? I wonder if I could share a patch. Honestly, I completely. It's almost like the opposite for me, but that's really interesting you say that, and I guess that's great. Again, sorry I'm late. Will you folks be reviewing? Yes, at some point we will be. Flashback. Yes, at some point. I'll see if I can try and get around to it next week. Timothy said, I played a 1989 Fender Japan Malmsteen. I didn't know they did a Japanese Malmsteen. And you get used to it over time. You'll love the benefits. There we go. I've never seen a Japanese one. Lee Abraham says, yeah, much prefer Satch Devine. Swatch's songs have proper melody. Yes. I think yes. I think Satch is easier on the ear, isn't he?
Yes, yeah.
Lightwing Studios, I have a Katana head, great 5-inch speaker. That's true. That's another good shout, but you're not going to get that for $3. You might get it for $350. Yeah, that's a good shout actually.
Might do.
Yeah, the Katana head, which has got speakers inside it. Good shout. I own a car, says what and my headphones are going to die in a minute, so I'm going to have to change over. What IRs are to be avoided? I can't play loud at home. They're ideal.
They're not to be avoided. It's just it's a rat run. What's the phrase? It's a rabbit warren that you'll go down and never come up again. That's why I suggest one technological challenge at a time is my normal thing. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you'll hear me in a minute. I just had to switch over. Great, there we go. Too many option paralysis. Yes, it is. You do get option paralysis with IRs. You need to rein it in. Yeah. Good to go, gents. Great live Q&A. Cheers, Lightwing. Thanks for joining us. Cowbell says, I'm sticking with my tellies. I think I have one with 6100 frets. That's the closest I will go to scalloped again. Yeah, nice big frets. Timothy, yes. Yeah, nice one. Vroom, vroom.
I own a car. Yes, very good. Right, we're there. Well done, everyone. Yes, thank you for sticking with us. Paul is now completely out of sync with his lips to his voice, but that's, again, technical rather than anything else. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with more of the same. We'll hopefully be able to announce the winner of the rather lovely Sennheiser in-ear monitors. No, Paul, it won't be you. Everyone have a great week. Have a great week. Take care, everyone. Keep your questions coming, video requests, all that sort of stuff. And we will see you again very soon. Night, night.
Cheers, guys.